My name is Leo Myron. I'm an 18-year-old guy on self-improvement from Stockholm, Sweden. I started fapping when I was about 10 years old, which is fucking crazy to say. And then in 2022, when I was about 15, I discovered the concept of NoFap. And I started doing it, but I struggled a lot. For about 2.5 years straight, I relapsed like multiple times a week, sometimes daily, sometimes just once a week. But in general, it was very frequent and it was very destructive and annoying to deal with. And I was super embarrassed of it. It was disgusting. And I made a huge commitment, a huge change earlier this year in April, May, during that time. I sat my best friends down and told them about the struggles that I'd had. And this, in combination with the fact that I started documenting my journey on YouTube, which is the series that you're watching right now, it added immense accountability for me. And since then, I actually haven't even fapped once. And so I'm very proud of the progress that I've made. And my mission now is to bring this kind of transformation to you, to the people around the world that are our age, young men struggling with this issue, but know that they're meant to overcome it. And so in this video, I want to talk to you about a very specific thing. But if I'd known this kind of stuff, I would have made a lot more faster progress, and it would have been a lot easier. Because the thing is, we only really fap in certain types of environments and at certain times, right? Like for example, right now, I'm at the library in a private room. I'm not gonna fap at the library, right? I'm only really gonna fap either when I'm on the toilet at home. I actually fapped on the toilet at the gym once, which is disgusting. I think a couple of years back, I did it in school a couple of times. Yeah. But I was never that down bad that I would do it at the fucking library, right? Or in general, I would never do it at the gym. Definitely not now. And so if we can stay in these kinds of environments, that is the ideal thing we can do for NoFap, because then we literally don't allow the urges to come. Right? When I'm on a walk in nature, for example, I just won't fap, right? It won't happen. It will only really happen, at least for my younger self, it would only really happen for him when he was at home. But the thing is, we are not always able to control which environments we are in. And specifically, the thing that I want to bring up in this video is what happens at nighttime. Because I used to relapse a lot in bed at nighttime. And that's kind of an inescapable environment. You're not going to be able to just trade off or sort of exchange that environment for something else. You're not going to be able to replace it because you need to sleep, right? And so I used to relapse a lot in bed. Because, bro, imagine it. Or if you're watching this in bed like a fucking little gremlin, then you can just feel it. It's so cozy, it's warm, it's dark when you at nighttime when you're gonna go to sleep, and you're basically naked. It's the perfect environment for fornication, for sex. And so naturally, you're gonna get a lot of urges from that shit. And I did. And so the best thing that I've done to overcome that, specifically at nighttime in bed, is to have a nighttime routine that unwinds me, that gets me into this sort of higher frequency, peaceful, calmer mode where I'm not energetic and aroused and fucking lustful like a monkey, right? Oh, I need fat. Oh, I need fat. Oh, that girl, she's so hot. Oh man, I got fat. You want to stay off that shit. You don't want to get into that mode, that zone, right? And so a lot of people shit on routines. They think that, some people would be like, oh, CEO morning routine, wakes up at 5 and whatever. That's not what, I don't really give a shit about those kinds of people. In this context, I'm talking about a nighttime routine that is specifically designed to prevent you from fapping. And so for me, that looked like meditating, having a hot shower, journaling a little bit, planning tomorrow, relaxing, maybe talking with a family member, staying off my fucking phone, and also reading. Specifically reading in bed, because if you get stuck on your phone in bed at nighttime, that's pretty much the worst case scenario, because you have if you have Instagram and TikTok as well and those kinds of apps, you're pretty much guaranteed to get a bunch of urges come your way. And because of the fact that you're in that kind of environment in bed, those urges are going to be of maximum effect. You're going to be the most likely to actually indulge in the urges in that environment. So it's the worst possible combination. And so what I've done is just simply read a chapter of, for example, a fiction book and sort of delve into that fictive world, right? That like fantasy world, whatever you want to call it. Because the books that I read at nighttime, they're not actually these usual like self-improvement books like Atomic Habits or 40 Laws of Power or business books, whatever. It's actually a book series that I've read since 5th grade that is fiction. It's called Warriors by Aaron. Fuck man, voice cracks, bro. Oh man, you're 18, bro. Fucking what? Bro, what the fuck you want me to do, right? But yeah, I read a fiction book series, like a chapter of a book series that I've read since 5th grade, Warriors by Aaron Hunter. I fucking love it. And it puts me in this really nice, serene, calm mode when I'm gonna go to bed. You can probably imagine that, right? You delve into the fantasy, especially because the books that I read, they're actually about like wildlife and animals and stuff. And so I sort of enter this other echelon of spirituality. I start like get into the fantasy world, and I get into that calm mode. Like there's no way in hell I would ever come close to fapping while I'm reading Warriors or whatever, like, or just after I've done that. In no world, because I'm just not in that sort of mode that in which I will fap. I'm not aroused. I'm not super energetic and like fidgety and just like a boyishly fucking like a little monkey just spazzing. Oh, I need to fap. You know? And so I think implementing a routine like this at nighttime, a sort of unwinding process, a step-by-step sequence of habits, can be extremely powerful. And the more I've stayed consistent with this nighttime routine, it has changed, of course, over time a little bit. I've modified it and iterated it and redefined it and cross-examined it and fucking analyzed it and fine-tuned it. And yeah, when I've done that, when I've been consistent on it, that's when my NoFap results also have been the most consistent. And so I want you to analyze your own life and see, what am I doing at nighttime? Provided that you're fapping at nighttime. If you're not fapping at all at nighttime, then you don't need to watch this video. Like, I'm super happy for you. But if you are fapping at nighttime specifically, then just think about, what are you doing at nighttime? Are you on your phone in bed? What are you doing half an hour, an hour before you go to bed? Are you scrolling through social media, getting into this sort of triggered fight or flight mode? You see, Charlie Kirk, IShowSpeed, fucking Sneeko, Andrew Tate, all these influencers, fucking all this drama. This guy got shot. This motherfucker got raped. Like, you feed your brain all this bullshit that gets you into this sort of anxious, like weirdly energetic mode, right? And so if you do that shit, you're going to be more likely to fap because you're further away from this calm, peaceful mode that would be ideal for you to be in at nighttime to combat the urges and to not let the urges in the first place. Because your brain just won't produce thoughts about like sex and shit, about fapping, when you, for example, just had a wholesome conversation with your mother. That won't happen, right? It would only happen when you have sort of built up this lustful energy inside you. You've been at the gym, you've seen all these fucking girls that are wearing basically laundry at the gym, you know? And you come home and you're like, oh man, that bitch, she was fucking hot, bro. I'd clap both of them cheeks on God, bro. And yeah, that's how it goes. And so you can pick and choose from the habits that I mentioned, like for example, meditation, reading, journaling, watching a podcast, for example, or listening to some lo-fi music. That's actually one thing that I didn't mention, but I do every single night whilst I'm reading. Like, I have a specific playlist of lo-fi music, lofi. You can just search on YouTube if you don't know what if you don't know what that is. You can just search on YouTube, and you'll see what I mean. Lo-fi stands for low fidelity. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to mean, but it's really like it's this really calm, sort of serene music with no vocals, with no fucking rapper is singing about that he's fucking all the bitches and killing all the guys and you're a fucking piece of shit. I'm the G, like hyping himself up. You know, there's no bullshit like that. It's just pure instrumental, like clean beats with a very low BPM, like beats per minute, at like 60 or 70, which is, it's going to be beneficial for unwinding, right? You don't want to be energetic listening to this fucking oh Like, you got a little beatbox session right there. You don't want to be listening to that kind of stuff before you go to bed, because you want to unwind, right? You don't want to be in this energetic mode when you go to bed and, not fall asleep for half an hour or an hour, which used to be me, and risk falling victim to a bunch of urges that come. Because the more time you spend in bed awake, the more time you give the urges to come. And I'm not saying that that you're defenseless. Of course not. You have your willpower, but you can minimize how many urges and temptations that you get by just being in that environment, like not being awake for that long, which you do through unwinding and creating this sort of regimented routine. At least that's how I've done it. And so yeah, man, you can also check out the link in the description. It's my free community, my free NoFap community. There's a whole 2.5 hour step-by-step blueprint that I've made. It's fucking awesome. You should have a look at it. And yeah, bro, I hope to see you inside. You can also find accountability partners and that kind of stuff, which was absolutely and utterly vital for my NoFap journey. And so yeah, bro, see you.